guys, me your host Superstar, thank you very much for tuning in. Look what I got! This is Red Hood and Nightwing. This is from the Multipack, brought to you by DC Comics and McFarlane's Toys as a part of the new DC Multiverse line. This review would not be possible today without Hio, so thank you very much Hio.com for hooking us up with these awesome action figures. Hio is a German distributor that does distribute figures all around the world, and thank you to McFarlane's Toys, as there's a sample from McFarlane's to Hio passed directly to me, so thank you very much as well to McFarlane's for hooking us up with these samples. So guys, it's time for another DC review. It's been a little while since we've discussed DC on this channel, and I'm sorry about that. It's just that there's not been much DC content, obviously with the shutdown of the DC collectibles. It's been very eerie and quiet for a little while, so the Multiverse figures are all that we've really had, and I knew that I was getting a big sample collection from McFarlane's, so I didn't want to pre-order a bunch and then have duplicates and end up paying out of pocket for things that I was going to be sent. So I'm sorry about the delay in the reviews, but I've now received, as you saw over Christmas, a great big box full of action figures, and I've gone ahead and unboxed them all in advance because I'm going to get rid of the unboxing section of the channel on certain products, just because it takes so long to get them out. And I want to be ready on the desk cam like this, boom, ready to go for when we start the reviews. Plus, I always think when I make my thumbnails and I'm holding up the box and stuff, you guys can't always see what I'm doing and can't see what the product is sometimes, and my thumbnails aren't always clear. So I remember back in the day when I used to hold the figures up there and just, you know, it just works. So I'm going to go back to doing that for a little bit. As well, can you notice anything audio different? There's no noise in the background. Turn the computer off for once. Normally there's an eerie whirring in the background of all my videos. It's my PC, because it's literally just behind me. I've shoved in sleep mode this morning to try something a little bit different, and it's eerily quiet in here now. I've normally got this fan noise running around in the background, but no, it sounds eerily quiet right now. It's quite scary. But guys, we do have the two little foil cards that do come with Nightwing and Red Hood, so let's take a look at those. I do like these little cards, but I will be passing these on to my good friend Mick, as he's a bit more of a collector than me with these kind of things, and he's big into these little cards. For me, after I've done the review, these would just be cards that would sit in a drawer, so he's gonna, I believe he does something with them, maybe put them in a folder or something. But they're both foil cards this time round. They're both nice and shiny as they're part of the 2-pack or multi-pack collection, as they're calling them. So we do have two very nice shiny cards here. You can get both these figures single-cardedly as well. Obviously they've released the blue version of Nightwing. This is now a red version. And they've also, I believe they've released a single-card version of Red Hood as well now. But the multi-pack version gets you the shiny cards. So we've got a little data file on the back as always, so let me take a look at that. It says Deathstroke from number 15. Deathstroke? Why am I looking at Deathstroke? Hang on. Oh, right, okay. Ignore me. This is the source was Deathstroke number 15, comics of 2016. Real name Jason Todd. I'm not sure if that's a typo. Jason Todd, height 6 foot, weight 225. Red Hood is the name and the identity that has been used by various heroes and villains over the years. The current and best known Red Hood is Jason Todd, a fierce hand-to-hand combatant and vigilante and crime fighter who once was Batman's second heroic apprentice, Robin. He has a complicated relationship with both his former mentor Batman and the original Robin, Dick Grayson. Obviously, if you remember Under the Red Hood and that storyline, or the recently re-released version of it called Death in the Family, don't bother. Get the original. Don't bother with the remake. And then we have Nightwing as well, which is a very cool card again. This source is Nightwing number 1 of comics of 2011. Real name Richard Dick Grayson. He's 5'10" and 175 pounds. Dick Grayson began his crime-fighting career as the original Robin, Batman's protege and crime-fighting partner. An expert acrobat and skilled fighter, Dick eventually left the nest and ventured out on his own as a new hero called Nightwing. His childhood experience as a circus acrobat and trapeze artist makes him extremely agile. He is a superior fighter and a highly skilled martial artist who has been personally trained by Batman. Nightwing is a keen detective and natural leader and a strategist with advanced knowledge of a variety of technologies. Ooh. So let me just pop those back on the little display here. Ooh, I've knocked over Red Hood. Oh no. But okay, it doesn't matter, so we're going to take a look at Red Hood first. So here he is. And I'm loving the design on there with that red helmet with the metallic sheen on it is just so good. It really pops and stands out so well on camera. I really like that. You'll see that better on desk cam against that grey background. But the annoying thing is, the hinge for the neck doesn't allow him to look up. I was going to hopefully have a scene with Batman on top of almost like a rooftopy bit, and have Batman higher up looking down, and I was going to have Red Hood, Nightwing and Batgirl all looking up at him and create like a really cool scene for the Gotham Knights, but I'm not going to be able to do that because he can only look down. So that's a bit of a hindrance. He can't look up. It's just completely hindered, and the neck joint just doesn't go backwards. The arms do lift up though at this hinge here at the side, and do click into place as well as rotate. There's also rotation at the bicep as well. There's double hinge biceps, elbow, which gives him a lot of articulation. But the hands on these ones are weird because they rotate and stuff, but you can't pivot them out, but you can pivot inwards. So it's a really weird hinge. It's not a ball hinge, it's something else under there, which is really annoying. As obviously his hands on this one are like bent inwards a little bit almost. So I would have kind of wanted to put those out and down a little bit more. I'm always a little bit careful when it comes to the McFarlane's hinges as well, as they do feel like they could pop off a little bit. We also have the diaphragm hinge, so you can crunch him around, as well as a waist swivel there as well, which is nice. But there's a lot of pivot and articulation there at that waist joint, which is awesome. So we can get him in some nice crunched up poses and stuff like that. As well, the legs do lift out all the way, as well as forwards and backwards. There's sort of rotation there at the hip joint. There's no top thigh cuts on these ones, but you can get double hinge knees, which do rotate all the way, which is pretty cool. And there's like I said, there is give there at the top part of the hinge of the hip. There's no boot cut, but there is the break at the bottom part of the shoe there, and the feet do sort of pivot and rock, and there is the toe hinge as well, which is useful to get him to stand. So it's a great figure overall, and I'm loving the jacket as well with the ruffles in the sleeves. I think they've done that very well. That makes it look like he's actually rolled his sleeves up. And the little jacket itself is very cool as well. It's very nicely done. If anything, the figure does have a very small waist, but that seems to be pretty common on all McFarlane's versions figures. It's like the design feature. The figures do seem to be very like lanky almost feeling, but their arms always feel short, but the legs always feel long on these figures as well for me. It's like their arms aren't quite long enough. As well, he's got his two Desert Eagle pistols, which are very cool as well. Nice silver sheen on those, so those are pretty cool. And they just port to the hand very easily. Place them in and just rotate them so his fingers are on the trigger. You see what I mean about the way the hands are pivoted inwards? It's just a bit weird. And again, I can do it on that one as well. Rotate it inwards so that the hand figure's on the trigger. Very cool figure indeed. I really do like it. It is very cool. So yeah, very nice figure. It's got some great posing out of it. It's an awesome little figure. It does have real working holsters as well. So if you didn't want both guns out, you can go ahead and port one into the holster. Which should just slide all the way in. There we go. Just slide out the bottom a little bit there, just hold on to it. Now I can put that arm down. Have him sort of cowboying it. So he's ready to pull the other one out if needs be at a second's notice, look. Yeah. Lovely figure. Really glad that I got this 2-pack because I really did want. I do like the Red Hood figure. I think the thing of the Red Hood for me is the reason to buy the 2-pack. Although this new Red Robin is very nice. Well, Nightwing, should we say? But it's Dick Grayson, so we can get away with saying Robin as well. It's Nightwing. This is obviously the same Nightwing as the blue one, so we're not going to spend ages on it because we have already reviewed the blue one. But this is the red variant. It looks very nice though. Obviously with the Red Hood figure, it'll look very nice opposite him. Obviously the red and the black complement each other. But the head on this one obviously is on a nice ball joint, so you can make him look up and down, which is nice, left and right. Arms at that top hinge do rotate, same with the bicep, double hinged elbows there. Hands on this one are on proper ball joints, which is nice. And you can obviously crunch them around at the abdomen as well as at the waist. Legs lift out, all the way forward, all the way back. Double hinged knees there. No boot cut, but the feet you can rock and pivot and everything on there. And they do have toe hinge. So perfect figure again. He can actually port these little batons to his back or have them in his hand, whichever you want to do. Nice and simple. All you do, ka-ching, just port that straight to the back and it just sits there nicely. Or have him holding them. However you want to go ahead and do that. That's a very awesome figure. Again, I find that this one's very articulated, so you can do a lot of poses with it. I do recommend using flight stands as well with a lot of these figures because you can really get some awesome poses, like especially Nightwing, because obviously he's an acrobat as well. So you kind of want to have him all like he's flipping around and stuff like that. I want to get that other. Yeah. So I mean, yeah, you kind of want him like mid flip and things like that. So, or in a really dynamic fight pose. Like he's about to kick some serious boot hair. So again, the figures are awesome, very articulated, and you can get some serious posing out of these, which I love. So yeah, and again, because of that toe articulation, the fact that they're hinged on the boots and stuff, you can get them to stand pretty in weird poses as well, which is pretty cool. They will eventually balance if you play with them long enough. You can get all the little joints just right on these. And get them to crunch and stand just how you want them. Just takes a little bit of playing, which is all part of the fun. There we go. Which is all part of the fun. But guys, what we're going to do now is we're going to head on down to the desk cam to give you guys an up-close personal look at these figures. So let's head on down to the desk cam. So looking at both these figures on the desk cam right now, I am in awe of these two figures. I love this pose that we've currently got set up right now. This is why I wanted to make sure I had figures unboxed and played with prior to doing reviews, just because I can actually get the articulation a lot nicer and make them look a lot better on camera by playing with them in advance. These figures are amazing. I really do like them, so thank you very much once again, Hio, for hooking us up with these figures. These samples are amazing, and it's great to have these. And you know what? I wouldn't have these without you guys. So thank you to each and every one of you that have chosen to subscribe to this channel. It really has changed my life and supported me in many ways that you guys just don't understand. So once again, thank you for that. We're so close to 30,000 followers as well. Oh, I can't wait to do the announcement video for 30k. It's going to be so cool. But guys, these figures, look at them, look at Red Hood, man. I'm loving that metallic sheen on that helmet. It just looks so good. It makes it really stand out, especially against the matte finish of the actual costuming. That's really cool. And that big bat symbol on the chest is nice. I'm loving the fact that he's got his rolled sleeves up there with the leather jacket. The nice silver buckles and stuff really shine and pop with the metallic silver paint they've used, along with those big desert eagles as well. I wish they'd done more with Robin's, sorry, with, I keep saying Robin, with Nightwing's, what do you call them, nightsticks. Wish they'd done more with that. I have sadly got Nightwing in a bit of a predicament here. He is up against the Red Hood, who does have weapons that are a little bit more capable of causing damage. But either way, I'm sure they'll work it out. They're practically brothers. In the Bat family anyway. And yeah, can't wait to see these two obviously working together in the new video game that's coming out. That's going to be pretty sweet. Looking forward to playing that. I may do some live streams of that and may even play co-op with you guys. And if you're interested in DC, I know I used to do a lot of DC stuff and we are getting back to it. I have got a podcast coming up very soon with a good friend of mine who has been on the channel before. We have sort of dallied about talking and doing DC stuff in the past, and I think we are going to be bringing it back. So make sure you stick around for all my DC announcements that are to come as a part of the new year with my new DC podcast. And as well, guys, I'm going to be doing a lot more McFarlane's content as I work with Hio. They tend to get a lot of samples from McFarlane's, so you probably see a lot of McFarlane's products on the channel, just like last year, so stay tuned for more reviews as well. But guys, what are your thoughts on these two? Do you think these two will be something you'll pick up for your collection? Let me know, guys, in the comments below. But thank you very much for watching, guys. As always, I'm your host, Superstar, but let's go back to the main cam and finish off this video. So guys, which is your favourite figure? Was it Red Hood or was it Nightwing? Let me know in the comments down below. If you enjoyed today's video, then please make sure you hit that subscribe button. Subscribing really supports us, it really helps us out, and it helps us to keep making awesome videos. As always, guys, thank you very much for watching, and until next time, may the Force be with you. Bye!